Well, clearly we are outside today. I'm actually taking it with me to run a very necessary errand. I have to take care of my property insurance, and I feel like I'm always taking care of property insurance, but it gives me an opportunity to answer some of the questions that you guys asked, particularly regarding Contractors All Risk Insurance and the contents insurance. Plus, I am going to give the people a little trouble while I am here, because at this stage, with the amount of money that we're paying for property insurances, right, and the business insurance and the car insurance, I come in to drink all of my coffee, right, and give them a little trouble. I'm Kelly Johnley, and this is Bajan Renovation. Well, it is insurance day, and yes, every day is insurance day, because why? Andrew likes to call me, right? And the interaction is very simple. How much money you plan to pay today? Why? Because Andrew knows, right, that this amount of insurance needs to be paid in pieces. I like how she here looking mannerly and very demure, trying to make the...
Hi, Kelly. How much are you paying today?
You don't be tired?
Nope. How much you?
I am here to speak to Annette.
You sure you don't want to pay any money today?
Not today. Why you don't let me have things?
All right. While you go and speak, I'll just go and pull up the account and see how much we're paying today.
God bless. I know y'all always ask a lot of questions, and you may want to know why I insure at Trident. Well, true story, I used to work here. I worked here for 2 years as a business development manager with this lady. Hello. Who I had to twist her arm, not very hard, because here's a photo of us together showing how excellent I was as a boss, right? So of course, you know, she had to help me with this. I am very happy when you guys ask technical questions, but I need a technical person to give you a technical answer. Today, we are discussing insurance, the policies that you guys have asked about, and just giving you some explanation in terms of how they can protect your investments. You need to know these things. So we're going straight into it. And at the most popular one, comprehensive homeowners insurance. What is that?
It covers a completed structure that is occupied. It covers the structure itself, your personal assets, and it includes liability coverage.
All right, covering against what? You know, I played devil's advocate. What is my policy supposed to cover?
So everything is comprehensive in nature, but the main perils that it would cover is earthquake, hurricane, smoke damage,
Fire.
and fire. Yeah,
Okay.
the big one.
The big ones.
Yeah.
But there are others that I can come and ask my insurance provider about.
Yes, and once you're given your policy, we itemize all the coverages that's included.
Okay, next question for you. You said liability. I mean, liability for what?
Liability in case there are any accidents on site. If there are any accidents in your home, whether as the occupier or homeowner, or any visitors.
Accidents like what?
Slip and falls, you know, your dog bites someone. No, seriously, that's covered.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's important.
Yes, it
And
is.
slip and falls. So this is like, let's say I have friends over.
Yes.
Someone's, a tile is loose, somebody drop on the ground.
Correct. So if I get injured, come into one of your little house parties, I'm covered under your policy.
Good to know, Kelly. Good to know.
Good. Yes.
Now, we hear about it very often, but I don't think people get the weight of it. In terms of how much insurance do I need, what determines the amount that I'm supposed to insure my property for?
That is determined by what we call the surveyors or the valuation report, and it is listed as your replacement cost. So
Okay.
that would be your sum insured on your policy.
Okay, so replacement cost. This is not how much I bought the house for.
No, please.
This is not how much it might sell for.
No, please.
This is a replacement cost.
Correct.
And this is a real figure that is in the valuation.
Correct.
Why is it based on the replacement cost?
Essentially, if there's a total loss, there's a lot of fees and a lot of personnel are involved to get it back into the position that it was, whether it is labor, materials. So it's to get it back into that position.
Okay, so we are insuring the property to put you back in the position you were in had there not been a loss.
That is correct.
I remember saying, I did my insurance exam. It was like the basic one, but I did it. So I know that when we usually get homeowners insurance, it's because we have an obligation we need to meet with the bank. Nobody is getting to move into no new house with no new things until the bank knows that there's a homeowner's policy in place and that they are the mortgagee.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Mortgagee just essentially means that if there is a claim, they will be paid out first.
Okay.
You, the insured, or the owner of the house will be second.
Will be second.
Correct.
I am glad Annette said that, right? So I get to my first soapbox moment of the day. A lot of us invest a lot in our homes beyond what we purchased it for. So let's say you bought your house for $200,000. You have paid off $100,000. You only owe the bank $100,000 now. But as time passes, your property value is growing and your house is now valued at $400,000. In the event that there is a loss, a total loss on the property, and the policy has to respond and pay out the balance on the bank, please understand that the policy will never pay out more, right, than the noted sum insured. So if you never adjusted your value, your replacement value, you will not get the difference. So if you insured for $200,000, you owe the bank $100. The bank is going to get the first $100. You get back $100. The equity that built up in your property over time, which is what we all want and we need to protect, it is gone. Poof. And please know that the bank is not obligated to build back a house for you if a house burns down or anything like that. The contract is over once the bills are settled. So that is why it is really important to make sure that your replacement value is reflected in your policy.
Correct.
So Kelly done tell me now I gotta look at my replacement value. And this is not just some figure that I gotta pull out the air. Where does the new figure come from?
Well, we generally recommend that you contact a quantity surveyor or valuer, and they'll provide a detailed, comprehensive report of your property.
And then we bring that to you?
Yes, you bring it to us.
Okay, perfect. If I have a property that's a rental property, is the homeowner's insurance policy materially different?
No, it is not. Essentially, the occupancy is the same, private dwelling, so it's the same coverage in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know things.
Yes, we know things.
Question for you. Speaking of investments, a lot of people now are purchasing properties as Airbnb, second investments. I know about homeowners insurance. Is it the same thing?
It is. Essentially, when you're selecting the policy, we look at the exposure and the occupancy.
Okay.
So even though it is a rental or commercial property to you, the primary occupancy is a private dwelling.
Right.
So it would fall on the homeowner's coverage. And the added advantages is the liability coverage that is under the homeowner's policy that we have just discussed. That would be extended to the occupants, let's say your tenants and any visitors that come onto the property.
Got you. So shifting gears a little bit, I just did a little renovation, and I had a contractor.
I don't know if it was little.
Don't get in it. The band might be watching. It was a little renovation. That's the story I'm sticking with. We did the renovation, but when I was told I had to get a contractor's all risk policy. Similarly, I just signed the thing and went long. What is a contractor's all risk policy?
Now, this varies very differently from a homeowner's policy.
Okay.
So the contractor's all risk policy, or what we call the CAR, covers construction from the ground up and renovations, whether minor or major renovations.
Okay.
So with this type of risk, there's, again, dynamic. So there's a lot of movement of material, labor, and
people
equipment.
on the place.
Correct. So there's a lot of exposure. There's a lot of, exposure to negligence. There might be fires as a result of welding on site, scaffolding falling, people getting hurt on. So it's a lot of risk.
Okay.
Right?
So when I come in, y'all know what to do, right? So I will be, let's say I bought the house, and what I did is I brought the valuation of the house as is, and I was told, okay, Kelly, you're getting a contractor's all risk policy. But what surprised me is that I bought the house for $190, right? I owed the bank $190, and I assumed that the contractor's all risk would be for $190 because I thought that that's how it works.
Surprise,
but I was like, surprise, that's not how it works. It is actually done based on the reinstatement value.
Yes.
Right? So just for our listeners, what's the reinstatement value and why is it done like that?
The contractor's all risk, another term I would use is the full contract value. And again, similar to the homeowners, it covers the complete structure, your personal assets, and the liability. The contractor's all risk covers the material on site, even though it's not a completed structure.
Correct.
It's covering that. It's covering the contractor's equipment. So when you're looking at putting it back in the place that it was, if there is a loss, even if it's a partial structure, you have to take in consideration the
value
material
of everything that is on the property.
So whatever the contractor gives you this is the price, the reinstatement to put it back, this is what you need to insure it for.
That was a surprise to me.
Yeah,
And
it
it really
usually
was
is.
explained to me, but I wanted it to be explained to you. That is actually, and the reinstatement value is in your valuation. We don't pay attention to it because we never know, we're not studying what we reinstated. But what it really is an estimation of what the value of the property would be once the renovation is complete. It's just a rough estimation, but that is what your insurance company is looking at.
Yes.
So if you like me and you went and buy an old Brock for $190, I was very surprised when Trident told me your reinstatement value is $470, and I was like, of what? They said, well, Kelly, that is what it is likely to be valued at when you're
once
done.
it's completed. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes, it costs a little bit more. Okay, so we now know what Contractors All Risk. Someone asked a question they did not have the answer to. They said that they're presently living in their home. They're going to conduct a renovation. The house is not in any state of dilapidation. They are just expanding the house. Do they need to tell their insurance provider something?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
But that type of renovation, especially if it is moving walls and it is going to involve, a change in the structure, it would have to be converted to a Contractors All Risk, but you need to alert your insured, because if it is currently covered on a homeowner's policy, remember we spoke about the exposure and the risk on a construction site.
If something happens,
As a result of negligence from the contractor, your homeowner's policy is not.
it does not respond.
Correct.
That's a word that I learned in insurance. The policy does not respond. So in other words, on a normal day, if there was a fire in my kitchen cooking dinner, the homeowner's policy will work.
Correct.
You take off the roof and if the scaffolding falls down, someone falls, breaks a leg, that's at you,
That
sis.
is at you.
Because you
Correct.
never tell me
You
nothing.
never told us that you have construction going on your property.
But it's not. Is it a case of you will now have two policies in place at one time, or your your current homeowners is temporarily converted?
Yes. No, I wouldn't say converted. It would
Or as
pause.
a rider. Okay.
Yeah, and you take out the Contractors All Risk policy, but then you have what we call an existing structure.
Yes.
Which is where you will be residing.
Okay.
And then you add your contract works will be the additional works that you'll be adding to the
Good.
policy.
See, I learn something every day. So even if you are making improvements to a sound structure, you're adding on that bathroom, you're adding on an extra bedroom, and we like an add-on. Let your insurance company know that you are making structural changes.
Yes.
Because God forbid something happen and mash up the rest of your house. You want to be able to come down to Trident and say,
Help me. Please help me.
Please to help me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, my personal favorite, the nice things.
Okay.
Contents insurance. It might sound obvious, but what is contents insurance?
Contents insurance is literally covering your personal assets in your house.
Okay, and this includes
This includes from your sofa to your jewelry to your clothing, everything and anything.
my appliances,
Yes.
all the things that are not attached to the walls.
Correct. Not your physical structure, the content.
Okay, so all the things that you know and buy from dwellings
Your
and from
nice-
courts and all the nice
Yes.
things. I personally have been a believer in contents insurance, largely because I know that while no one says it, for all intents and purposes, till you don't pay for this house, right? This house is the property of the bank and the insurance company, but all the nice things are mine.
Are yours, yeah.
And I tell people that in the event, like let's say hurricane blows off the roof, yes, we can put back on the roof, but now all the things in the house are damaged, and a homeowner's policy on its own does not cover those things
Well, if it covers just the structure, it's not going to cover the contents.
at all.
At all. At all.
What's the process for getting contents insurance? Is it costly? I personally was surprised it was fairly reasonable, but reasonable is relative. You tell me.
It's fairly easy. If you have an existing policy, you can add your contents. You just come in, you fill out what we call a contents checklist, and you identify and list every item in your home, from your appliances, whatever you have that is yours, not structurally attached to the building, and we add it onto your homeowners. If you do not, however, have a homeowner's policy,
Like you're a tenant.
you're a tenant, you're renting, you still have the added advantage of having a homeowner's policy. Because as you stated just now,
It'd be called a homeowner's policy or contents policy?
It would still be called a homeowner's policy.
But for contents.
But for contents.
Okay.
Just in the example that you just gave, the roof blows off and the structure is damaged. your contents are also damaged as a result of that peril, right? So the coverage of the homeowner's policy will be extended to the contents that you would have just added to your policy.
Okay.
So it's very important that you ensure that you list your items, whether you have the structure in place or not, and we get your homeowner contents covered.
So the policy is called a homeowner contents policy.
Just a homeowners.
Just a homeowners.
Homeowners.
But for tenants?
Yeah, it's called homeowners.
It's called homeowners.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I just want to be clear. So I
Yes.
rented my little apartment for $1,500. The landlord, of course, takes care of
His property.
He
Yeah.
has his insurance.
Yes.
I can now go and pay for just covering the
Just-
things that belong to me. So I'm not paying his insurance
No,
for him.
please.
We're
No.
not paying nobody's insurance.
No.
Okay.
No.
So that's not the big policy.
No.
This is
It's your homeowners with a smaller sum insured, just covering your contents, which are yours. So the policy will be in your name as the owner of your nice
my
things.
nice things.
Yes, and you'll pay a nominal fee. The
Okay.
rate for your contents is a bit lower than your homeowner's policy. So as you said, it's a little smaller premium.
Got you.
than
Sorry.
the homeowner.
I love to talk numbers, right? I can't break down what my different property insurances are because I feel like I always got money for trading. Like I always in here troubling them. But for the contents insurance, for the nice things that just came in that you and I purchased together with our hard-earned money, I set the value for those at $60,000. And that's because I still, let's just say the bills were very fresh. So I said that $60,000. I pay an additional $330
yeah.
annually for that $60,000 coverage. For me, it is worth it because the truth is there's very little in that house that's $330. So if my fridge, my stove, my sofa, if there's water damage to the furniture or anything like that, I sleep very good knowing if somebody come and take up the things from inside my house, you can walk back down here and say, listen to me.
Help me.
Help me. Help me. So just to give you a sense of what it is and to say to you, particularly if you're renting and you think contents insurance is not for you, look at all the things that you have in your place, and it might not even be as much as $60,000 worth of things, but look at all your things. Ask yourself if something happened, if you could buy them back, and if the answer is no, consider getting some contents insurance so that you could sleep good when the night comes.
Yeah.
So now you know a bit more about insurance and why, even though we may not want to pay, why it is necessary. As I said, take a look at contents insurance. And as much as I personally believe in trading, I already told you what my bias was. Feel free to contact your preferred insurance provider. Have these conversations. It doesn't make sense us investing in properties if we do not know how to secure that investment long term. I now have to go and walk back outside to Andrea. I'm going to show y'all Andrea, right? Andrea takes great joy in calling me and letting me know I got money for her, right? She's like to call me for things, right? Like I don't know why Andrea don't leave me alone. So a blessed good evening to you, Andrea. And a good evening to you. So, this is Kelly Johnley for Bajan Renovation.